If you're asking yourself, how does a short sale work? You've come to the right place, but the answers may not be what you think. So let's get to the bottom of this in this email. Hi, I'm Dohn Thornton. I'm the short sale guy. I've been doing short sales for almost 20 years. I lost count after 2,500 homeowners that I've helped. So if you need to know about short sales, I'm your guy. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the three key components to doing a successful short sale. I'm going to cover one reason why short sales sometimes can take too long. And finally, I'm going to tell you about the advantages of working with a company like mine to get your short sale needs taken care of. Okay. So, what are the three main components for a successful short sale? And I will tell you that setting proper expectations for your homeowner is crucial because, in my experience, um, the homeowners need to be educated right up front, and honestly sometimes you have to go over and beyond to get them to understand what is required from them, because chasing financial documents by far is the thing that holds us up the most. Okay, so the key component is to set proper expectations. So make them help them understand that they're going to have to give their financial documents. And what are those financial documents? We're talking about, their tax returns, pay stubs, their bank statements. They're going to have to provide us documents for the bank to be able to check their tax returns to make sure that what they're submitting is not bogus. And and honestly, they're going to be willing, if it's owner occupied, they need to be willing to show the property and not play games with showings. And I tell you, those are really important things. Once you have your complete packet, and you can go ahead, the realtor will get the authorization into the bank, and the negotiator as well. If you're working as a team like we are, then we wait until we get a contract. So what you don't want to do, and this is what a lot of realtors especially make a huge mistake, they take a contract too soon, or they don't lay the groundwork enough for their value. And so what happens is the bank gets them a really high value, and you're in jail, especially if you don't know how to do a value dispute. So anyway, the biggest key component to get started right is to make sure that you get your homeowner cooperating with you, get you their financial documents as soon as possible, and then make sure that your listing price strategy is good, because you don't want to go too low and you don't want to go too high. You got to find that middle there, which is we're really good at doing because we've had so much experience. So that's the first key. Your second key is to make sure that you have your ducks in a row about your values, or what your repair estimates, and what you're going to need as ammunition to counteract what will probably be a high value from the mortgage company. Because listen, one of the biggest challenges I have with educating homeowners, our clients, is for them to understand the bank's interest is not their interest. So, what is good for the bank is not necessarily good for the homeowner. So, one of them is that we need to make sure that to counteract the bank's appraiser, the bank's BPO agent. BPO means broker's price opinion, which is just a fancy way of saying we don't want to pay an appraiser bigger bucks to do a full-blown appraisal. We'll just pay a realtor to go out there and take 8 pictures and give his or her opinion about what the value is. So getting those ducks in a row is huge, and making sure that the homeowner discloses everything that could be possibly wrong with the property, that you can have those things ready to go. Get repair estimates from licensed contractors as well. And then that's a huge thing. Now, we have a secret way of doing this stuff that really works. We will submit like 80-90 page reports to the banks to get them to work with us, and or to accommodate us. And we basically want to make the job as easy as we can for the bank's negotiator. And that's what we do. So that would be the third key. The third key is to make sure that you have really great relationships with the negotiators for the mortgage companies, and give them exactly what they need. So they don't need to come back to you. They don't need to ask for certain things. You want to make sure that you do your job for them. And it means going the extra mile a lot. And in our experience, most agents don't want to do that. And that's why it's important, if you're a homeowner, to think about the kind of company you work with, because you get one shot at a short sale. before that foreclosure clock is ticking. If you're an agent, why reinvent the wheel and why torture yourself? You can go ahead and work with a company like us. And then as an investor, if you come up on a short sale, same thing. I mean, you want to partner with someone that can get this thing done. So that's the three key components of a successful short sale. Now, what I'd like for you to do right now is go down to the comments section and tell me if anything I said here resonated with you. Did I help you overcome some misperceptions you may have had about how short sales work and so forth? So just let me know. I'd love to be able to talk to you more about it. Okay. Now, the second thing I want to talk to you about is, why short sales take so long. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, uh, homeowner lack of cooperation is really the biggest key. We have had, we've gotten to the point now where we will cut them off and just cancel the listing and not work with them anymore if we see they're dragging their feet all the time, because there's nothing worse than you do all this hard work and then you can't move forward because the homeowner will not provide that last bank statement or the last pay stub or whatever. Or sometimes what's even worse is they won't show the property, or they're very inconsistent when showings are required. And even though we can say, look, it's 24-hour notice, no one can just knock on your door. We will give you plenty of warning about when a showing is going to happen, but it has to be shown. The bank needs to see that there has been a good faith effort to market the property to get the highest price possible. The bank does not want to have suspicions that the property was not marketed. And that's really important. And frankly, it's really tough with buyer's agents, because if homeowners are not cooperating with the showings, the buyer's agents start thinking that something fishy is going on. They feel like, well, maybe the listing agent is trying to manipulate it so their preferred client gets the contract. And it can just get crazy, especially nowadays, the way the market's been so hot and buyer's agents have been like in a feeding frenzy. They're trying to get first and get a contract accepted. And unfortunately, it's just, human nature being the way it is that in times of stress, sometimes people choose the rude way or the non-professional way to react to things, and they get these conspiracy theories going in their head, and it can really cause a lot of problems and a lot of stress for everybody involved. And it all really comes back down to a lack of cooperation. So listen, the ones that we have great cooperation on, the homeowners give us their documents, they cooperate with showings, we're getting these things done in 3 or 4 months. If the ones that drag, that's really, I would say, the one reason why sometimes short sales take so long. Now, sometimes you get stuck with a bad number, especially if it's a VA. That also happens, but not as much as this. This, I would say, by far, this is the biggest reason why short sales can take so long. And unfortunately, that's just reality. And if you're working in short sales, if you decide not to work with us and you want to go off on your own, I would say really educate your homeowners. And for you homeowners who are watching this, understand that you're really an important part of this, and your cooperation will make it go much more quickly and much more smoothly. If you're like what I'm doing here, go down and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to provide you guys value for this, and I've done this so long, and I've had so many successful short sales. And I also talk about wholesaling and investors in general. So subscribe to my channel right down there. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Now, who should you work with in a short sale situation? Well, I think I've kind of laid that case pretty much out there for you in my previous 2 points. You absolutely 100% need to work with a company that specializes in this. And there's not that many out there. And why is it? Because most investors, they won't even bother looking at a short sale. If they get a homeowner that wants to sell their property, but they're upside down in their mortgage, they'll walk away from it. A lot of real estate agents will say, no, Moss, I don't want it. I don't want it. And they'll try to refer it out to somebody. And then, or you get some agents that'll take them on, but they don't know how to do it very well. And then they're stuck with a short sale that's on their MLS for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months or whatever. And eventually it goes to foreclosure auction and they don't get paid. And unfortunately for the homeowner has a foreclosure on his or her record. And that's a tragedy as well. And it's all unavoidable if you just choose a great company to work with. Now, I've hinted about what we've done. I started doing real estate investing in 2002. It took me about a year or so to get my feet set and decide what I wanted to do. And from the very beginning, I wanted to do short sales. A lot of investors will jump in right to wholesaling, or they'll want to, do subject to deals or whatever. I said, no, I want short sales, because the idea of being able to take an asset that really is not an asset, it's a liability, because there's no equity in the property, and in order to sell the property, the bank has to agree to let it be sold at a realistic price as opposed to a full payoff. That was just like mind blowing to me, that you could create equity and create profit by just negotiating without any kind of investment on your part, financial investment on your part. So that's what got me into it. So my very first deal was a short sale. My second deal was a short sale. I mean, I went from 2003, I didn't have any closings, and in 2004 I jumped up to like 60 something in a year. And because I learned how to do it. But that's one of the reasons why you need to pick a company that knows how to do it, because most people won't invest the time, they won't invest the effort to learn how to become a great short sale company, or a great short sale negotiator, or put together a great short sale team, which I have. And we do this all over the country, so it's not just Florida, where I'm based here in Orlando. So if you are a homeowner and you're looking for the best short sale company to work with, then you need to talk to me. If you're an investor and you found a lead that it's upside down, that you need help with the short sale, contact me. If you're a real estate agent who wants to get her stuff closed, or his or her closed, and stuff closed, and you don't want to be bothered with the short sale part of it, work with us. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is go down to the description of this video. It's going to contain 3 links. Be one for real estate agents, one for homeowners, and one for investors. Okay, whichever one what category you're in, go down to the description, click on that, and get more information. And that way we can get you set up and get you going with your short sales, and make sure you have a successful and a pleasant experience. And trust me, in the swamp that is short sales, when people don't know how to do them right, this is like, it's like laid on a beach with a Corona, with a lime in the bottle. You can sit back and not worry. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.